going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for tuning in. Today I've got a requested magic review for you. And before we get into that, I just wanted to mention that I will no longer be sharing audio performances here on my channel, as people have complained, and I feel that people really just don't appreciate them. So I'm no longer going to share them anymore. So from here on out, I will either be sharing video performances of effects or no performances. It's that simple. Now today I'm going to be doing a review on this bank night effect called Mental Jackpot by Astor. I was requested quite a while ago to do this review, although this past week I had several people message me asking me about it. So I decided that I'm going to do a review on it. And if there is interest, I will also review the larger parlor or stage version. Now, as usual, I have no disclosures. I purchased these myself off of eBay almost 10 years ago, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. Now, the large version uses a completely different method to the smaller version, and it is actually very similar to the effect that was put out by Luch called the Score. But the really big difference is that this is made better, it's cheaper, and it's completely examinable, whereas Luch's version I don't think is completely examinable. So, but that's for another review at another time. Today we're going to be going over the close-up version, this version of Mental Jackpot, which again, as I mentioned, was put out by Astor. As you guys know, I like Astor's products because they're always low tech, very well made, and very clever, and this definitely fits the bill. Now you can pick this up for $25. As of the time of this recording, I actually looked on eBay and it is still being sold on eBay. So if you're looking for an everyday carry type of bank night effect that is ready to go right out of the box, no DIY, very easy to perform, this may be what you guys are looking for. Now, personally, I haven't used mine in quite a while because, as you guys are probably aware, I came up with my own version of Bank Night where I've solved all of the inherent weaknesses I feel of the Bank Night effect. And so I don't really perform this version anymore, but I did for several years. And I will share with you guys a very simple video performance that I did recently just to show you guys kind of like what it looks like in real time. I'm going to be showing that to you by the end of this video. Anyway, when you buy this, you're going to be getting the props that you need as well as some written instructions. Now it's kind of funny because you don't see magic sold with written instructions that often anymore, but this is great because this little paper, you'll be able to remind yourself almost instantly how to perform the effect, because it is a very simple effect. But even though it is so simple and the secret is so simple, that's probably why it's so diabolical, and that's why it fools so many people. Now, if you're not familiar with the bank night plot in Mentalism and magic, the plot is simple. You introduce some envelopes, and it's usually done with more than one spectator, where each spectator chooses an envelope for them after you've explained that one of the envelopes usually has money in it or some kind of prize, and you tell them that you're going to see if somebody can win the prize, and you mix up the envelopes. Everybody chooses an envelope, you are left with whichever one is left over, and after they open the envelopes, surprisingly, or maybe not surprisingly, they didn't win the prize. You are left with the money or the prize or whatever it is, and that's usually how this is presented. Although it can be presented also one-on-one, where the spectator chooses all the envelopes and just leaves you with one, or they choose half and you get half. In any event, usually you're the one that wins, but if you want, you can change the presentation so that way your spectator only chooses one, and that's the one that's the winner, and you are left with the other ones. It's really up to you however you want to present this effect. So this version of the bank night effect, you take out a little wallet like this, you explain to the spectator that you've got some transparent envelopes so they can see immediately what's inside of them, and this is totally customizable. You can see that I've placed in here my business card, but you can put anything you want. You can put Monopoly money, you can put a lottery ticket, you can put a blank piece of paper that says IOU, whatever it is that you want to, and then one of them has some money in it. You can see here I've got this $100 bill in here, and you explain to them that you're going to give them a chance to win that. you tell them to name 3 numbers from 1 to 4. You can show them that there are some colors on the back of them as you've mixed them up, and you put this on the table. And then after they've chosen their numbers, you show them that, of course, there's some cards here in the wallet that have numbers on them. You give them the 3 numbers that they chose for themselves, like if they said 2, 3, and 4, for example, and they can see that on the back of these, there's a color dot that matches the envelope. So they'll be able to pick up the envelope and see that the ones that they chose, well, unfortunately, these envelopes don't have the money in them, obviously, because that's what the purpose of bank night is. And the one that they left for you, for whatever reason, that's the one that has the money in it. So you just got lucky and won, right? But you always get lucky. So this is what the effect looks like. And it is an instant reset for those people that are curious. All you have to do is collect up the cards, put them inside of this wallet, collect up these envelopes like this, throw them in the wallet, put it in your pocket, and you're ready to go and perform it at the next table or for whoever else you want to. So this is a perfect commercial version, everyday carry bank night effect where there is no sleight of hand. I would characterize this as semi-automatic. There's no angle restrictions whatsoever. Everything can be examined by the spectators. They're not going to find anything with them. They're going to look at it really closely too, at least in my own performances they have, which is kind of funny. And even though the secret is so simple, they'll never figure it out. It'll be very rare that somebody will figure this out. In fact, the actual method to this effect, it's used in multiple mentalism effects. I've seen it used in more than one different type of mentalism effect, not just a bank night type effect. And so most recently, Chris Carter, I saw that he had put this out. The same exact method is used on his effect where he does the staple gun in hand effect. It's like a Russian roulette type effect, which almost kind of feels like a bank night as well. So he's using the exact same kind of method there. Another thing you guys probably will like about this is that there's no consumables, and so you don't need any refills for this. And if you take care of it, it will last a long time. As you can see, mine has lasted now pretty much almost 10 years. I probably could sell it if I wanted to, although it's kind of funny because I just, we just seem to collect magic ourselves. You just never know when you may want to use it yourself. So as I mentioned to you guys, this is instant reset. Doesn't use a lot of table space whatsoever, so you could just do this on a tiny little square of a table. You don't need any table space because you really don't even need to really lay these out. All you have to do is be able to put them down and then pick each one up and show them, that they don't match. Again, it's up to your performance style. If you want to perform this where your spectator wins and you loses, you could do that as well. I did mention that there was no angle restrictions and that this is just a lot of fun to perform. I think that you really will like it a lot. So I think those are the questions you probably have about it. Let's get into the rating, and then I'm going to show you guys my simple performance of this. Let's take a look at the rating for this product. You can see that I'm using 6 criteria for this. For creativity, I gave this 4.5 out of 5. I thought it was really creative how he came up with these props that look totally fair because he's using transparent envelopes. The moment you take these out, there's no question to what is going on. And so because of that, it makes the performance a lot of fun because you're not hiding anything right from the get-go. And I really do like how they're made because you can see that the cards are really easy to see from really far away what each one is, as well as the color circles on the back. So I think that that was a very creative way of utilizing the principle and especially of how to present the effect in a way that's very easy to understand, because as you know, a lot of magic can be confusing and you don't want to lose your spectator. Now the next criteria here is going to be the teaching, and I rated that as 3.5 out of 5 because I thought that the written instructions were very easy to understand, but I think that there could have been more included in terms of like the tips of the handling and stuff. But I think that he just really went right to the point, gave you a very simple explanation of how to perform this, and that's pretty much what you're getting. So for the teaching, I gave him 3.5 out of 5. I don't think there's anything really missing, but I think it would have been maybe better if he gave you some more tips in there. In terms of the structure of the routine, I give that a 4 out of 5 because I really like how he structured this routine, especially how you introduce it, how you mix up the envelopes, and then how you're going to have them select the 3 numbers, and you're showing them that there's 3 circles on there. And it's in that moment, the structure of the routine, that they don't really understand what the numbers mean to the circles. They don't really understand that. And I think that structuring of this, even though there's that moment where, okay, I've named 3 numbers, but there's no numbers here. And then you're showing them that, yes, that's right, because here in the wallet, I've got the cards that have the numbers in it. Suddenly now it all makes sense. So I really liked how he did that. And even though it is so simple, lay people, again, will never, ever figure this out. It will fool them badly. In terms of comparing this with other products, I would rate this as 4 out of 5 because I think it's very hard to beat this close-up, everyday carry banknight effect that is ready to go right out of the box, very easy to perform. I think it'll be hard to find another version like this that is going to be as useful to you. For practicality, I rate this as 5 out of 5 because it doesn't get any more practical than this, as it is instant reset, super easy to perform, ready to go, and fits in your pocket very easily. And then finally, for the price, I rated that as 4 out of 5 as well. I think that this is a steal for $25, especially for what you're getting. You're getting an everyday carry banknight effect that you're going to be able to use for years. So that gives us a final rating of 4.16 out of 5. Highly favorable. Again, I would highly recommend it to you guys, especially if you're looking for a close-up, everyday carry, instant repeatable banknight effect. Now I'm going to leave you guys with a video performance of my own. I do apologize because you are not going to be able to hear the spectator, and I think it's because when I recorded this I had like my AirPods in, so I think that that's why you didn't hear him being recorded on there. Now the magician that I'm performing for, his name is Johnny Clavo, and he's a magician from Peru. He's actually a young doctor. He has a YouTube channel here where he performs his magic on there too. So I would actually recommend that you guys take a look at that as well. I just did a really quick video so that way it would give you guys an idea of what this looks like in real time. Unfortunately, you're not gonna be able to hear him, but you can just watch his reaction and you'll get a good idea of what it looks like. And for those people that are curious, I did ask him for his permission and I did tell him that I would be putting it here on my channel. So I want to put that to bed for those people that have those questions, so you know that I told him up front that I was going to be sharing this video on my channel as part of this review. Anyway, as usual guys, if you have any questions about this product or anything else that I review, feel free to leave me a comment below. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. I hope I piqued your interest, and this has been another requested review. I'll see you on the next one. I'm going to just adjust the camera so I can show this to you. Okay, let's just see something here. And then if you want, you can show me something. How's that sound? That's cool, right? All right, so here's how this works. This is really simple, okay? I've got here a little wallet, and inside here, I've got a couple of little transparent envelopes here. One of them has some cash, as you can see. So I'm going to give you an opportunity to win some money, okay? Obviously, okay? So we're gonna get back to this in 1 second, but here's what we're gonna do is we got 4 envelopes here, and I'm gonna give you 3 chances to win this money, and I'm gonna be left with whatever option you don't want. Now the thing is this is based on psychology, and I've been doing this for a long time, so I'm pretty good at knowing what people will choose. So what I want you to do is this: I'm gonna give you an option to think of. You can name any number 1 to 4. I'm gonna give you 3 options. So any 3 out of 1 to 4 that you like. So you can name any of those that you like. Go ahead. So what do you like? Number 4? Okay. What else? What else do you like besides 4? Number two. Okay, and I'll give you one more option. Num Number three. So you wanted two, three, and four, right? Now here's what's kind of cool about this is that if you notice something here, that there's some dots on the other side of these, right? Now here's what's interesting about this is that inside of the wallet, check this out. I got here some numbers, right? And you wanted number two, right? Number two, if you notice, it matches with this one, which is it's just my business card for this one, right? So that's not a win, but you got two more here, right? You wanted number three. Look, number three was the blue, and the blue actually my business card again. So that was almost a hit. Look, we're down to two, right? You said you wanted number four. Number four, look, is the red one, and the red one is also the business card. So which leaves only one left, the one number you didn't choose, number one. And you know what? That is the green one, the money. You know why? Nobody ever goes for the one because it's too obvious. That's the psychology. That's how I always win this, by the way.